Alright, hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Groovy Movies with Wyatt and Hiatt, the podcast. Now, Groovy Movies is something we've been doing here in Athens for, 6 weeks now, probably? 7 weeks?
Probably 5, actually.
5 weeks. So, what the concept is we get a bunch of people together in a Facebook group. We put up 3 movies every week and vote on which movies we're going to watch. And then we just kind of get together and enjoy them. But we kind of... This week we had a movie that, with the reactions to it were so over the top and shocking that we just want to talk about it, and we kind of want to make this a podcast because of some of the movies we have coming down the pipeline. The reaction is part of the fun of it. So this week, normally we vote. This week was the Halloween double feature. So we each picked a movie. I think we're just going to talk about Sleepaway Camp, though.
Yeah, we probably should just talk about it.
We watched Deathbed.
Deathbed was good.
Deathbed was good.
But,
Deathbed gets the recommendation.
Deathbed did not have the gravitas that Sleepaway Camp brings.
Oh my god.
Well,
Deathbed has some good... It has some nice moments.
Yeah, watch Deathbed. It's fun. It's kind of slow. It's kind of boring.
It starts out slow. I'd say it like starts out kind of slow, and then it picks up at like a nice clip, about like 40 minutes into the movie.
Every kill in that movie is amazing. So normally what the structure is, we watch an episode of that 80s show and then watch the movie, but this was a double feature. And I think on the podcast we'll probably talk about that 80s show a little bit, but we have so much to say about Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
And Deathbed just kind of... The title's Deathbed, the Bed That Eats, and you know the entire plot now.
Yeah, it's from the go, you're just ready for exactly what they advertise. I mean, it's right in front of you.
And also part of the podcast, by the way, since Noah hasn't spoken yet, we want to have one person who had a really strong reaction to the movie.
Yeah, we'll have a guest with us who no one will know.
Who no one knows.
One of our friends.
This is Noah. I watched Sleepaway Camp for the first time. Noah and Wyatt had both seen it before. And after watching Sleepaway Camp, Noah and I stayed up till 4 a.m. doing nothing but talking about this movie. So...
lots of strong feelings about this movie.
So, Wyatt, if I'm correct, you knew about this movie because of the podcast. How did this get made?
Yeah, let's also say that How Did This Get Made has done this before, so, I mean, feel free to just not listen to this at all and listen to a better podcast, but also, I think we have some things to
We're going to go a little bit more in depth.
I feel like in How Did This Get Made, they were lost.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were lost.
They're lost.
And, okay, they think it's a bad movie. I think it's a good movie.
No. I don't think they think it's a bad movie. They said at the end, everybody has to watch this.
Everybody has to watch this, but they talk about how terrible it is the whole time, and they're completely lost. And
because in a lot of ways it is a terrible movie.
It is.
In a lot of other ways, it's one
great.
of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, it's great. And... Let's just get into it.
So
we should start by saying that do not listen to this unless you've seen the movie.
Yeah,
because we're going to spoil it.
Watch the movie without Googling it, because if you type in the movie on Google, the third thing that shows up is a massive spoiler for the ending.
Oh, jeez.
So you literally just have to go to YouTube, type in Sleepaway Camp, and watch the first link, and watch the entire movie in its entirety. I have not recommended any piece of media as much as I've recommended this movie.
And let it be said that the ending of this movie is one of those things where if you see this movie without spoilers, if you just go in cold and watch this movie start to finish, you will not be the same person.
Because I say I'm a person who likes spoilers kind of. If I know there's a good ending, I'll want to watch it. But if this movie had been spoiled for me, it would not have had the impact.
So that being said,
we are about to spoil the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah. The ending of this movie is
insane.
So lit.
Okay, so from here on out, spoiler warning. I don't think we're gonna just say the ending right now, but let's kind of go through it. So I watched the movie knowing that there's a crazy ending, and you guys were hyping up the whole time.
We were ready.
Let's start by saying that the movie begins by saying there's a title screen before the cold open of the movie. There's a title thing that says dedicated to Mom, a doer,
which is so fucked up after watching the whole movie.
Now, looking back at the beginning of the movie, I said I think before we saw it, I was like, this is fucking insane.
It's insane.
And then after you see the last scene,
yeah,
and you're just like, This was
Thanks,
dedicated
Mom.
to someone's mom. Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine being a mom and your son being
No, you find out if you look at behind the scenes thing. The only reason he was able to make this movie is because his mom died.
His mom died.
And he got
we looked this up
to pay for it.
Are you kidding me?
His mom left him the money, and he used the money to make Sleepaway. So his mom died.
This movie was made because of the death of a human being.
Yeah, yes. His mother.
Directly.
So that's why it's not at least. I'm trying to get the director's name real quick because I feel like I'm going to reference it a lot.
I kind of feel
Robert Hiltzik.
I kind of feel weird that we're doing this without having seen either of the director's commentaries, or I guess not director's commentaries. There's one commentary by the director, and then there's one commentary by the girl who plays Angela in the movie.
She's 13.
Oh my god! So do you know who's the original choice for Angela?
No, it wasn't the original choice for Angela. It was the original choice for Judy's Jankowski. That's what I heard.
I thought it was for Angela.
And How It's Made, they said Angela, or How Did This Get Made? But everywhere else I've said it was Judy.
That would have been good either way.
But imagine how good she wanted Judy to be a blonde.
Imagine how crazy she would have been.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. So there's the fucked up mom tribute.
Yeah.
And then movie opens.
Instantly we open on like a montage. It's just kind of like,
oh yeah,
we're just kind of like looking at stills, like just still shots of the camp, I guess.
And that's really weird.
And no, but you know what the great part about that is because it's like everyone at the end of the movie, everyone's like, well, how come we don't get to see what next?
Because that's
just ends so abruptly. That's what's next.
Yeah.
The end of the movie is so subtly spoiled for you before it even begins.
Yeah, you know the camp gets entirely fucked up.
Yeah, like, so it's like, I feel like the criticism that like we don't get to see what happens afterwards is kind of moot because you do see what happens afterwards. Yeah. The camp is abandoned. So and also the music that plays is amazing.
The soundtrack for this movie is all orchestral and it's
insane. It's kind of like these kind of like really like a lot of times it'll just be silence and then it'll just swell and kind of surprise you out of nowhere.
When the camp owner has his monologue, which we'll touch on later, it legitimately sounds like the start of like a post-rock song. Like, okay, so the first scene is the most important scene in the entire movie.
Yeah, well, I'd argue that the most important scene of the entire movie is the one after the first scene where the mom is setting up the camp.
Let's go. Let's talk about the first scene. So, dad, 2 kids, having fun in the water.
Yeah.
Camp counselor. So it actually all ties back to the camp, which is first of all an interesting.
Are you sure that's the camp?
Because he says he works there. He says, I don't want to lose my job.
You're right.
So
it could be just another unrelated camp.
But I think that's why Angela goes batshit.
You're right. That could be it.
So they're enjoying the camp counselor's driving with a girl and on a speedboat. The dad falls off the boat. He says he gets pushed, which, by the way, if he gets pushed by Peter, that's even crazier.
That's fucking insane if that's
true.
You're
right.
Because he calls his kids schemers for not getting into the water.
If Peter's the one, you can't really tell, because it doesn't look like they actually push him.
It doesn't. I feel like he just falls. How could those 2 children knock a grown man off
Well, he's holding onto the sail, and then he turns around.
It looks like he pulls himself.
Also, how could that boat was tiny.
Yeah.
How did it float 3 people? It should have just sunk. It was like
Yeah.
It was like someone made a boat out of a newspaper, and then they stood on it.
So there's a man on the dock that says, hey guys, hurry up, the dock is coming.
So now, we need to show this now. The
dock is the mom from the next scene.
Yeah, and then remember the girl who, what's the name of the girl?
Mary, the
little
girl?
Angela.
The little girl? Yeah, we don't know.
No, because the aunt made up Angela.
Yeah. Okay, but here's a Noah and I's theory, and I think they touch on this on the podcast. The guy on the dock, who is the dad's gay lover, is the aunt's husband.
That is an incredible. And that's why I was literally just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's why she goes crazy. She's not crazy. But she goes crazy because her husband's gay and her brother's dead.
The cool thing about that theory is that it's not implicitly stated in the movie. It's just a read. Sense. And it's an incredible read.
And you can totally tell because he says the doc. He doesn't say my wife, so he's already showing disaffection for her. So you can already piece that together, knowing the ending of the movie. By the way, we should just say the ending of the movie now.
Well,
because
it's not important. We don't have to bring it up.
So we already have fucked upness. So he's married to her. He's either cheating on her with her brother or her sister's husband. I think it's her brother. But
that would be pretty fucked up. That would be more fucked up.
Yeah,
I like it. Well, okay, no, wait. What if the 2 guys are brothers?
I don't think.
Wait, wait. So if you're orphaned, can you only go to blood relatives? he couldn't. If that's like her aunt-in-law, she can't
That's
take her,
true.
right?
That might be true. Well, I don't
know how that works.
I think it's his sister, the guy who dies, the aunt's sister, and he was in a gay relationship with her husband,
right?
With his sister's husband,
which is why they get.
So then they're blood relatives.
Because he's
that's why she goes
relative.
super crazy, because not only is her husband gay, but she was married to my dead brother, and that's why when she's like, ever since my husband left, and she's like, that's just water under the bridge. Her husband left because he was gay,
and then his gay
brother died.
No. I think we shouldn't make it clear. I mean, it should be clear that this is all conjecture. There's no real proof to believe that this is the case.
But
it is an interesting theory.
Because he says the doc is coming,
yeah,
so he knows
why would he know that she was coming? Like, what, did he just get a phone call from a stranger?
They're totally, I am 100% certain, because they make a point to have the line about her husband leaving.
They do. But on Wikipedia, it officially says that the gay lover has no connection to the family at all. I don't believe that. I think Wikipedia is wrong in this scenario.
Because it's true, because on How Did This Get Made, they bring up the point of, is the aunt just randomly a crazy person? No, she went crazy because her husband was cheating on her with her brother who died.
But to be honest, I feel like either way, it doesn't make the end of the movie any less insane.
No, it doesn't.
Either one.
But it makes the movie, it adds another piece to the movie that it's like, oh, the aunt's not just insane. This happened to her.
I'm just saying, just believe what you will.
I think it really ties in with the theme of the sexual
because no one So anyways, what we haven't even gotten. The speedboat kills the dad and one of the kids.
And after the girl in the back is just like, there's a boat! There's a boat! But this is the thing, like, the people in the boat aren't even, they're literally the worst. Like, they're not paying attention at all.
It reminds me of that scene. Have you guys seen the scene in Bob's Burgers, where Tina's like driving in the parking lot and there's one other car and she just has to turn one way and then she just hits the car? It's like that. Like, literally all they have to do is just pick a direction and go.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like who sits in a boat facing like just behind them the whole time. Like, this person is just rubbernecking. And what are they looking at?
There's like, what's he yelling about? And like, I don't know.
Yeah, they just don't care. They're the most irresponsible people ever.
But I think it's weird that the camp itself is what starts all the craziness. That's why I like the idea that the aunt went crazy. Because the camp is in itself responsible for fucking this whole family up.
Right.
So anyways, next scene, another big one. 8 years later, we see...
Well, no, we're missing. We gotta flesh out that boat scene. I mean, what about this part? Like, the way you see them get...
So we're 12 minutes in.
The way you see them get hit. Well, there's a lot of talk. There's meat on this movie.
I know.
Okay,
this is gonna be long.
I would be disappointed with us if this only went for like 12 minutes. Okay, but when the boat gets hit, you see the dad like kind of his body just kind of floats past, but then you see a life jacket, and this movie loves to do that. It's like when people are killed, a lot of times you'll just see, like when those kids are killed, you'll just see like the thing that they were like in during the time, and it'll just be like the stuffing will be coming out, and it'll be like
theme in this movie, people reacting to disasters for way too long, because this entire time the jet skiing kid that was on the back of the boat that decapitated him is still screaming, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and like
what a tour de force performance.
And when the chef dies, he screams for like 2 hours.
And everyone screams.
Everyone screams and just keeps screaming. It never stops.
So in this scene, after they're all dead and the girl in the back is done screaming, then we what? So what? Then we just fade to the 8 years later?
Yeah, it's 8 years later. It's their house, and we see the aunt who now has custody of Angela, who's the living child, and Ricky, who's the aunt's son.
And the aunt is fucking crazy.
Which at first, you think it's just terrible acting.
The aunt's wardrobe is not dissimilar to what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah,
it was.
We'll upload a picture of Wyatt's. It's bananas. It's like Stepford Wives, like crazy.
She's got like a weird like, it's like What is she wearing? It's like
talks,
a sweater poncho.
She talks
thing?
like Harper from Angels in America. If you guys have seen that. She's like, you can tell she's either a terrible actress or
she like projects and enunciates everything so much.
Perhaps my favorite line in the movie is like, she gives them, she's like, they're getting ready for camp. She gives them a bag of like goodies, and Ricky's like, "Hey, are there any chips in here?" And she's like, "Yes, indeed. I believe I packed a whole bag."
She's just chewing the scenery the whole time.
She often cuts away and like, says her like inner thoughts out loud.
But here's my thing that no one talks about.
She'll just say what she's thinking. She'll be like, "I don't remember."
Yeah, I feel like
that's weird. I must have forgotten them.
Here's the thing that no one and I have been talking about this. It looks like everything that you think is bad about this movie is done on purpose.
It's all so purposeful.
She is purposefully acting this terrible.
Okay, also, doesn't it seem like...
And you guys will see why.
Doesn't it seem like Ricky is like... really like well adjusted.
He's really fine. No,
but you have to realize
his mom is insane, and he's totally fine.
I know people who have crazy parents. When your parents are batshit insane, you like don't realize it. Like you
assume that's how they are.
No, like he would have some damage. Like
no, remember he said. Because
he's like, oh, that's just my mom.
He's like, mom, being mom.
That's just my mom. No, that's bullshit.
He said that.
I mean, okay, I think there is some evidence later in the movie to show, like, Ricky has some serious aggression.
He's got some anger issues. Ricky is blowing up.
Oh, yeah, Ricky's like...
I mean, like, everyone in the movie is blowing
tirade.
up.
Oh, the way that the director cast Ricky is he would have the kid come in and then just, like, yell, like, obscenities.
Yeah.
In a row. And
we
that's
watched this video. It's, Good Bad Movies is a YouTube channel. He has this video on this movie. And the way they cast Ricky was, they had him yell obscenities. And the way they cast Angela was they just had her staring straight forward, eating a chocolate bar.
That's another thing. Angela, okay, when you rewatch the movie, like, a couple times, just, like, pay attention to Angela's face. The whole time. She has, like, these black eyes, like a doll.
I think this is... Okay,
they're so terrifying.
Point.
She is such a good...
Weird.
Like I was saying earlier, the casting for this movie is like
so spot on.
Superb.
The mom is so perfectly casted because she also, I mean, she looks kind of weird.
She looks weird. Yeah,
she looks kind of weird though. Like,
I think this is like the point where we need to start relating like everything that is going on with Angela.
I think we can hold off a little bit on the end.
All right.
Yeah,
we can hold off a little bit. But just keep in mind the stuff that we're talking about. We'll relate it back. Keep in mind the stuff that we're talking about because we do need to relate it back. So also. Most important, like, throwaway seeming line of the movie is when she's like, "Oh, I got your physicals. Don't tell anyone where I got them from."
Yeah, and this seems like nonsense, but in the end of the movie, you're just like, "Oh my god!" It's like you're putting together a jigsaw
puzzle. It's so freaky. Like.
I think that's the only reason that they mentioned that she was a doctor for that sole purpose of saying,
"Oh,
even if she is
your
a doctor,
physicals that I made."
Yeah. I mean, I think she is because established Lenny, who's the guy in the dock.
Well, I mean, they have to do that. It wouldn't make any sense if she didn't say anything about the physicals. It would be like nonsense.
Oh yeah, no. So
they leave.
Is there anything else we have to talk about? I mean, that seems pretty big.
Ricky's very accepting of his weird mom. She made the physicals.
She's really touchy-feely with Angela.
Very.
And Angela has no reception. Angela's interactions with the mom at any point...
They're basically non-existent.
They're non-existent.
Like, she just kind of stares at her blankly, like she does with everyone else.
Angela doesn't have a line in this movie until, like, 40 minutes in.
I would say it's like until that like ice cream social where
Paul.
those kids are standing around. Yeah, Paul comes in and talks to her. And that's pretty much the first time she says anything.
So let's backtrack. So they go to camp. We meet Judy for the first time.
Okay, but before that, what happens is they show up in camp, and Ricky's like walking Angela down to the campgrounds. All the kids are showing up. They're just running around. They're showing us. Oh, and the fucking cook. Remember the cook?
Yes. Okay.
The cook and Robert Earl Jones. They should have their own.
Dad.
He just says, like, the kids are coming down, and he's just like, "Oh, we call them Baldies where I come from."
Basically, literally, his line is, he just looks at the kids and says, "I'm going to have sex with an underage girl." Like, that's literally his dialogue. And then Robert Earl Jones is like, "We know you. That's what
Robert Earl Jones is like, "Oh,
you're so crazy."
Pedophilia.
Yeah, it's like everyone's just so accepting, and that's like, but this is kind of where Noah and I is serious. The whole movie is about sexuality and like the weirdness of like early teen sexuality
and like the impact that it can have
and
on a
another
person.
thing to think is like kind of like there's so much like homoeroticism in
And
this
that's
movie.
all on purpose.
And it's
I
so
think.
and it's not like and in this movie it's not like frowned upon at all. Like they kind of like I feel like this movie takes a very progressive stance on like gender and sexuality.
It's
which
completely
in
on
the
purpose
80s
too.
would be like. I mean, in the 80s, this movie, like the themes of this movie, are like shocking. Today, it's very acceptable.
Well, and this kind of twist has been done to death too. You know, there are quite a few movies that have similar.
But not in this.
Not to this level. Not to this level where the entire movie's structured.
The only other movie I can name off the top of my head is Color of Night, which is also if you like this movie,
Psycho,
watch that movie.
Kind of.
Something else to mention about that scene though is when Angela and Ricky are walking, his friend approaches them and says like, "Hey, Judy has big tits now."
Yeah.
Right in front of Angela talking to Ricky.
Yeah, he just runs up and he's like, "Check out the tits on Judy." Like, which is really weird because Judy, like, okay, I mean, Judy's one of those actresses. It's like the camp is like she's one of the people in the camp who's like in their 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
Like so many of the people, it's like really young kids and like people who are way too old to be there.
But that was common.
But Judy's really sexualized from the first moment we see her.
Before you see her.
Before we see Judy.
Yeah, before she's even mentioned.
You're like, damn, this is about to be a bad bitch.
You're just like, yeah,
and she is the whole time. She's my favorite character. But so basically they just kind of settle into the camp for a little bit. And that's it's worth noting. People have talked about this, but this movie is literally the exact like basis for Wet Hot American Summer. Like everything about it,
like costumes, just like
they were the same thing.
The design of the camp, like
the
the
set
way
looks the same, like with the hills, and like
the way like the camp is set up, like the cabins and like I don't know. There's just something. It just kind of takes you back there, like
the large camp counselor who breaks up every fight.
It's just Ken Marino,
Just Ken Marino,
and like he has to take the kids camp. Like it's weird. I mean, obviously it's not weird because like obviously they like watched this movie and but just like kind of bizarre being like, oh, I literally feel like the baseball scenes is just like it looks like a scene from Wet Hot except for without any jokes.
The baseball scene is amazing because they're talking like so much trash.
Yeah,
and they're throwing underhand
and like swinging like.
It's important to note that this movie has a lot of scenes where they're just being campers.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I've been telling people to watch this ever since I've seen it. And, like, my friend called me after watching this last night with his sister, and he was just like, I thought it was, like, a joke for a while. Like, he just told us to watch this, like, dumb camp movie. And I'm like, no, you have to wait. So the first major death, because really, there's a lot of homoeroticism. I think it's on purpose because there's a lot of themes of like sexuality and like, weird.
That whole thing is supposed to kind of bring it all back in at the end. Like it kind of like puts everything into perspective.
Yeah.
And like
and I think it's on purpose. Like I genuinely think that like
of course it's on purpose. Whoever this director is, I mean, he hasn't made anything else. Well, no, I guess he made Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
But he's a genius.
Yeah, no, he's
he just became a normal guy.
Actually, I'll rephrase that. I mean, Return to Sleepaway Camp is not a good movie by any means.
I think this was lucky.
I know
to be honest.
I don't think it's lucky. I think he's had one in him.
Yeah, either he had one in him.
Because here's the thing.
Or maybe due to like kind of like special effects at the like maybe due to like his like kind of casting choices and like the budgetary concerns and stuff. Somehow this created like a perfect storm for him to make like one of the most
It's known that he wrote the beginning and the end first. And that totally shows.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can tell, and I think it's
because it feels like a lot of the in between movie. It like seems like filler, but it also like builds the world of the movie.
It's still important, but I think the thing that's interesting to me about this movie is I don't watch a bunch of slashers, but I've seen like Halloween and stuff. And like this movie to me is like a million times more interesting than Halloween.
100%.
This guy at my job today was playing the Halloween theme song just like in the kitchen, and I'm just like,
okay,
what?
the music in Halloween is by far the best part of that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I would listen to the Halloween. John Carpenter has that album out. That's just like unused horror movie themes, and like John Carpenter's music is like amazing.
The music in Sleepaway Camp is like if John Carpenter and like
a fucking like 50-piece orchestra.
like John Carpenter and like Danny Elfman had like a baby,
Oh my God.
and they
crazy.
made a soundtrack together.
No, it's insane.
Wait,
but
so
like,
in the
but to
movie,
me,
what happens next?
quickly to me, like this movie is so much like it's a good. It's like so much more interesting than just like a normal slasher movie.
It focuses way more on the psychological than
I don't
on
know.
just like the
Maybe I'm
shock.
crazy.
Yeah, and to be honest, most of the kills aren't even really scary. They're just kind of.
like-
I mean,
it's, like,
special
they're
effects
gory.
wise, a lot of them are really like out there.
Well,
But-
Angela's like the actress who played Angela, her mom. It was in her contract that Angela wouldn't do any of the killing.
Yeah, all the killings it's Ricky's hands.
Right. The
Oh,
whole
Which
time.
really?
also adds to it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because that totally like
Threw
that's
you
the
off, right?
misdirect right
Yeah.
there. Like,
It
wow,
never-
I didn't know about
It's
that.
the unintentional misdirect. So okay, so we'll just kind of skip ahead to the first
Wait,
kill.
but first, so the first kill starts when like the creepy like
The pedophile
pedophile
cook.
the pedophile rape cook.
Angela won't eat anything, and Ronnie brings her into the back. Ronnie's like the muscle bound.
Yeah,
like,
it's Ken Marino from Wet Hot.
yeah, he's awesome.
he's
but
he's like my second favorite
he
character.
brings So he brings Angela back into the kitchen. He's like, "Oh, maybe the cook will help you find something you can like." And the cook's like,
Which,
"Sure, I'll get you
by the
some."
way, like so many of the staff know that this cook's openly a
how does-
pedophile.
okay, so I can understand how like the kids don't know, and like maybe
But
the
Ronnie
counselors.
probably knows
But
because he's so open
like
about
I'm
it.
guessing he's like the main counselor.
He's-
Is it-
yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, he's the head cook.
He's probably no. Ronnie's not that. Ronnie's the
No,
the-
I know. I meant the pedophile
Yeah,
cook
yeah.
is the head cook, and that's why the other cooks kind of like.
But you'd
go
think
with it.
you'd be like Ronnie's been here for a while. He's probably picked up on this.
Yeah.
So why is he just
Yeah.
about to like bring
He's just like
a
here.
fly into the spider's web? You know?
Yeah, no, and like immediately the cooks are like, well, I guess I gotta do what my character does.
He literally
doesn't
is,
even take any time.
Angela's not with him for more than 4 minutes.
4
When
seconds.
He's
It's
already
like-
unbuckling his pants.
Literally, the whole scene is he's just like, you're gonna suck my dick, basically. Like,
Yeah.
He's very overt with his like innuendo. He's like, I can find something you'll like.
And then just immediately pulls on it.
And just
so
pulls out his
Ricky
dick.
comes in and is like, "What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "I'll kill you." And I'm like, "What? Just tell everyone he's a pedophile."
yeah, tell
like, you
literally anyone, and you'll be fine.
Well,
I guess the issue is Angela won't back him up though because she doesn't talk.
hey
at
man,
this
well
point.
this is the 80s, and you were like as a kid, you know, you like people didn't really talk about that shit as much.
I guess, but it's just so. Anyways, immediately after this, immediately after he's offed, like right after, right? Like nothing really happens in between.
So
He's offed, but in a weird ass way.
Okay,
like,
yeah, we need to talk about it. So he's like salting a pot.
yeah, a pot that's literally like 50
Huge.
gallons.
It's like comically large.
It's like an
And
8. You
he's
could
like-
boil a man.
He's
in
on
that pot.
he's on a stool that's like maybe 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah, like a tiny step ladder.
A tiny step ladder above the pot. The person comes in, and this is the first scene where you're like, it's either Ricky or Angela, because only they know. Well, I mean, I guess everyone knows, but only they would be directly affected by this.
right by his actions.
The killer goes and just kind of they push him like up above the pot first.
Yeah, that's
So
one
he's
of the
holding
things,
onto a shelf.
That's one of the things this movie does is like the
Every
killer, like you never at no point do you think it's anyone other than maybe Ricky or Angela because
Yeah.
you can just tell from the hands.
Yeah, no.
And like the way the other people treat them. I mean, like the victims never say the killer's name, but they're always just like, "Oh,
It's
you
you."
kid."
Wait,
yeah,
but
like,
the fact that it's so obvious makes you think like there's no way
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
twist will
No,
be.
that's what this
Yeah,
movie does.
exactly.
The
You're
twist
just
is
like,
like,
oh,
I'm
this
just
is gonna
like,
be one of those
it's
shitty
either
horror
Ricky.
movies.
I'm like, it's either Ricky or Angela the whole time. But then I'm like, no, it can't be because the movie knows that I know that it's either Ricky or Angela. But then the ending is like, it's kind of that, but it's also. We'll talk about that later.
No,
So
even if you're right, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but here's the thing: this stepladder is not that big. So the guy's up over the pot, and like the killer's pushing the stepladder off. He could just jump off. Like
He could get away
every
at
single kill in
any
this
time.
movie-
He could just move and get away.
It almost adds to it because every single kill in this movie is like completely like the victim
Avoidable.
could completely like it's not like a mastermind like completely avoidable.
yeah, like a lot of the people are just asking to be killed. To be honest,
Like the way that he was positioned above the pot, he could just like took one hand off of the shelf and pushed the pot to the side.
He could have done anything.
He could have done
But
anything.
what he does do is
what he does
falls
do
backwards
is
and-
possibly the worst.
Yeah, the
thing
worst
he could have
option.
done.
He falls backwards, pulls the entire pot down onto himself,
And basically melts his body like an ice cream cone.
and screams for 2 hours.
It's not a noticeable 2 hours because it cuts.
yeah, it cuts to him still screaming when
when they're
when,
like
the
they
EMT
bandage
is
him
there.
up, and they pull him away, and he's still screaming, and Robert Earl Jones... Like, Robert Earl Jones is the first person to see him, and he doesn't do anything. Just like, oh. He's just like, and part of me thinks that he's just like, well, I mean,
good.
The pedophile coach.
Yeah, like he says later, oh, I always thought he had a little bit of devil in him, which is his way of just being like, man, fuck that guy.
He was a fucking pedophile.
Also, okay, so in Return to Sleepaway Camp, this exact same death happens, except it's a creepy pedophile cook, and he's frying like French fries in 2 baskets, and the killer like pushes him into a deep fryer. And then he comes out, and his body is literally like, it's like skeleton.
Like brown?
Yeah.
No, it's like he's been melted completely.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, like deathbed hands.
Yeah,
he's
got like deathbed hands.
Yeah. Google deathbed hands, because I'm sure it'll come up.
All right, leave for a second. We'll wait 5 seconds. Google deathbed hands.
1, 2, 3. It looks like that.
That looks exactly like that.
So that's the first kill. And like at this point in the movie, you're like, oh, so like the killer's just killing people who deserve it. Because the next kill is similar. Next kill is like the dick guy.
Well, wait, does anything happen in between?
So there's like the baseball scene.
They
like
baseball.
pick on Mozart.
Mozart. Mozart was like the MVP. He's a boss.
Yeah,
he caught that. He's playing his little boxing game.
Yeah, no.
And he catches that ball like way out.
And they still fucking make fun of do shit to him.
Yeah, no, they're just like, whoa, Mozart fucking kicked ass. Like, he really pulled it up.
And then we're still gonna fucking pick on him, though.
Because he has glasses and he's in
and then literally, like, next time we see Mozart, they're fucking putting shaving cream on his hand.
Mozart should be killing people.
Mozart, what if that was the twist? Mozart was the killer?
Oh, but
I think that's why they show him fucking Mozart.
Oh my god, I bet that's another mystery.
Maybe
it's the red herring.
It's the red herring.
The red Mozart.
If they emphasized it a little bit more, like, I'd totally be down. I don't know. Mozart's kind of just a throwaway. Like, he's too, like, schluppy.
Yeah. But that's why it would be an insane ending, because you would never see that coming.
Oh, yeah.
Mozart, because no one cares.
But also, it would
so
not have the impact that this ending. So some douchebag guys pick on Angela a little bit. She's still not talking, and they're picking on her again in a very sexual way.
They approach to hit on her.
Yeah, they approach to hit on her.
Yeah, they're at like some kind of like
like a
group
gym?
gathering. No, they're in like some kind of
she's sitting on like a
meeting
bench.
area. I think it's a gym. It looks like a gym, but it's got like bleachers.
It's like
a
rec area, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like
in the video they called it the rec hall.
Yeah. So anyways, they like approach her to hit on her, and she doesn't. Also, theme of this movie: Angela doesn't talk to people, and they get irrationally mad.
Angela won't say anything. They're just like, "You're stupid, aren't you? Why the fuck won't you talk to me?"
Stuck up. So like they go to hit on her, and immediately like she doesn't respond at first, and then they immediately start like piling the fuck on her.
Shit.
Like they lose their shit, and they're like talking so much shit about her, like right next to her, and a lot of it's very sexual. Like I forget what they say. I know Judy at one point said she's a carpenter's dream because she's flat as a board and needs a screw.
And like it really stuck out.
It
really stuck out to me when they were making fun of her, because like at first they're hitting on her and they don't respond, and you're like, what the fuck? And then it cuts to like Ricky seeing them, and when it cuts back, they're like just like standing right in front of her, like, stupid bitch. Fuck you. Like, what?
And Ricky, like, every time someone takes an angle, Ricky, like,
Ricky's like, hey, what the fuck?
Fucking bastards.
Yeah, he jumps in there and starts kicking ass. Yeah, Ricky's kind of a badass.
Ricky's a terrible.
Like, he's one of the young kids, and he's kind of, like, shorter. He's, like, smaller than the other kids, but he fucking kicks ass.
Yeah.
So there's a huge dog pile fight now over them picking on Angela.
Yeah, and that's sick. So basically, the next murder is set up by a bunch of guys want to go skinny dipping, but only 5 girls want to go. And then their solution to the issue is, let's just all go without any girls.
No, that's not what's happening.
That's what's happening.
No. They get to the water, and the guys are like, let's skinny dip. You know, come on, girls, let's do it. And the girls are just like, fuck no, we don't want to do that. Yeah. And the guys are like, oh, you prudes.
We'll just go with the guys.
Yeah, we'll just go by ourselves.
That's basically what I said.
Yeah, we'll dicks hanging out. No, the girls never even agreed to go.
No, I'm saying they agreed, but I'm just they're like one guy is like, why would you want to skinny dip with 15 guys and 5 girls? Like, if I'm correct, that's a line. And then, so the solution is skinny dip with 15 guys and 0 girls.
Also, one of my favorite parts in the movie is those 2 kids smoking weed under the thing, and then they come back, and that one kid cannot handle his shit. He's laughing so hard.
But the other guy...
These are the 2 kids that pick on Angela.
The other guy goes out on the canoe with a girl...
Yeah.
And is like hitting on her in the worst possible way.
Yeah, he's being a dick.
He's just being a dick. I mean, he's just being an asshole. That's his character. Like he's just a terrible person.
He's like she's in the boat with him, and he's like, you know, hey,
keep your hand out the water.
Yeah, keep your hand out of the water. There's fucking rattlesnakes or water snakes
and snapping
turtles in there. And she's like, I don't want any of your shit. And the first thing he does,
she's not having mad.
She's not playing. She's not having it. And what does he do? He's like, oh, what'll get me laid? What if I fucking flip this canoe and throw it in the water?
So he tips the canoe over.
Which, by the way, okay, so this is the part where I'm kind of off board, because he flips the canoe over, the girl swims away, and then the killer somehow was in the lake swimming all the way out there.
Yeah, okay.
Now this is another misdirect.
No, there's a lot of things we can't really explain about how the killer gets where the killer does. I mean, like...
That one's the most egregious.
Well, that one's the most egregious, but, like, there's other times in the movie where... I mean, I guess not really. It's just, like...
That's the craziest one.
That is the craziest one. It's like the killer had to know that was going on and just be waiting, which is possible, but, like, to just be, like, kind of... treading water for like hours, just waiting for a boat to come out there.
This is the only one, because I kind of like how all the kills in the movies have like this improvised, like, oh, this person's here, let me kill them. Like,
wait, are we recognizing who the killer is right now?
No, not right now. Well, to be honest, I feel like we can do this whole thing without actually.
Well, okay, think about the killer, just like waiting and then just like getting into the water and then just swimming to this boat to do this.
Exactly, it's
very creepy.
It's really contrived.
I'm saying, like, think about how weird that would look and how creepy that would be if they showed it. But what they show is the boat tips over.
It's like the back.
And she swims away, but he's like, come get in the boat, I'll flip it back over. And he swims underneath the canoe.
And then the killer pops up.
For no reason at all.
And
then he's like, hey, where'd you go? Like, he thinks it's the girl.
Yeah, and then they pop up.
Why would... He saw that girl swim away, and then he gets under the canoe and immediately thinks she's there with him.
Yeah, and he pops up and he's like, oh, it's you. And then...
The boys will love to see this.
Gets held down underwater.
Yeah, and then he gets drowned in the most, like, limp dick way ever. Like, she just pushes him down and he's just reaching up lamely.
Oh, don't drown me.
Yeah, please don't drown me.
Stop.
I'm not going to stop you. I just implore that you don't drown me.
He's pleading. Well, that's what the cook does, though. The cook's not like, hey, don't fucking kill me.
The cook's
he is. Bargaining. Like,
no, the cook's not like, wait a minute, I could just easily avoid this. The cook's just like, don't do it.
The cook's never... Well, no, he's
I'll
like...
get you a
I'll get you
sundae.
an ice cream sundae. And then the second thing he says is, I'm going to beat the shit out of you when I get down. Which is not the way to
yeah, those are mixed messages right there.
But he never is just like, stop. So
kid is drowned.
Douchebag kid who, kind of the main kid who is picking on Angela.
Yeah.
Is Dunzo. He's dead. And
really
not only that, but in an ironic twist, a water snake climbs out of his mouth.
Yeah, that is kind of...
happens,
yeah, this guy that kind of flips over a canoe. And another thing is, after he gets strangled, all the guys just leave. They're just like, hey, come out of the water, man.
And they're like, he's
just
smart.
playing around. Let's just go. We'll leave him here till morning. And then they wake up and he's not, like, with them. And they're just like, where the fuck did he... Like, did we just leave him out there all night? Like, they don't give a shit.
And Ronnie's like...
They don't give a damn about their friend
The best, though, is when Mel, the camp owner, is arguing with the police. And he's like, it might have been an accident. And the police are like, you could be right. And then Ronnie's like... I thought he was a good swimmer, and then Mel just like shouts over them, it was an accident!
It was an accident. Mel's amazing. He's like one of the best characters in
He's
this movie.
so good. He's my favorite character.
He's smoking a cigar. He's either smoking a cigar or lighting a cigar in every scene in this movie.
Every fucking scene.
And just swearing up a storm in front of like 8 and 9-year-old kids.
And he's obsessed with not letting anyone know that all these people are dying. Which, by the way, like, how do the boys not, like... The douchebag kid disappears, and then the next day Mel's like, well, he had to go home.
Yeah, it's so weird in like there's this conspiracy of silence going on that I can't even begin to fathom how they're perpetuating.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no way you could keep this under wraps that long.
But at the same time, like, it kind of, like, I don't want to be one of these people who's like, oh, the movie sucks because they don't realize that it's still working at this point.
It's
like,
still the movie
all still working.
This movie's working throughout. I mean, it depends on how you define working, but I mean, it's definitely it's
not like I'm watching the movie thinking all this stuff. This is mostly hindsight.
Yeah.
But part of it too is this is one of those movies, because I was talking about it yesterday, and someone was like, if you say there's a twist, that's spoiling part of the twist. But like, this movie works if you know it's building up to something, and it's structured like the entire time. The entire point of the movie is to figure out who the killer is, so you know there's gonna be a twist of some sort. Like,
right.
Like,
I thought the entire point of the movie was short shorts.
There are so many shorts in this movie.
But
and shirts
and
that were.
shirts that
I
are
like how
super small.
I like the thought that they didn't have the budget to afford entire shirts. They had to go cheap and get the half shirts.
So I'm trying to think. Next kill, because nothing really happens. They play ball. Oh no, stuff does happen because Paul starts
Hitting on Angela.
Not hitting on. They're actually getting along. It's not like sleazy,
Right.
like douchebag other
Hitting on.
kids.
What? Yeah, is that the scene? That's
Right
not the
after the
scene.
fight.
Is that during? No, what's the scene right after that guy's death?
He comes over, and he has a tennis racket.
Is that in the volleyball scene?
Yeah, he has a tennis racket, and he comes over and he's like,
"Wow!"
Is
that the scene where Judy has that T-shirt that says Judy?
Judy, the sickest T-shirt. This is the point where Judy's my favorite character. Judy is rocking a T-shirt that just says Judy on it.
If only everyone just had a T-shirt that was their name.
This is also where we get introduced to the randomest character, Meg.
Oh, okay, but let's talk about Paul real quick.
Meg is introduced later. Earlier.
Well, but she's not like
no,
important.
she is a little bit. She's
already
kind of
shows
being
up.
shitty to
It's like
Angela.
it's like Meg is a bitch. We don't know that much else about her. But then
Let's
let's
talk about Paul. Let's talk about Paul.
Let's
talk about Paul real quick. Paul comes up to her and is like, Ricky just beat me in tennis. And this is the first line, like, Angela says. She says, like, that's great.
No. The first line she says is after the first time Paul talks to her. She's like, great, or something
like
that.
Yeah, this is the first time Paul talks to her.
Right. No, it's not. What about in the... what about before the fight? Yeah, in that...
Yeah. Okay, so Paul talked to her then, and she says, great. So the first line she says is to Paul. And then Paul comes up, and, like, he's talking to her about tennis, and Angela's actually responding, like on a regular basis for the first time in the movie. Like, Angela, like,
is having a conversation.
Like, talks to Paul. And then Judy and Meg just, like, be a bit... Like, Meg's obsessed with Angela not partaking in camp activities.
Yeah,
Meg is a camp counselor.
Meg is, like, livid about the fact that Angela isn't playing her volleyball game. It's like... And you know what? I don't really believe that Meg cares. I don't think Meg is really that broken up about her not playing the game. I just feel like Meg really wants to pick on Angela, and so she's found a way to be angry.
Meg's just a bad person
she's found a great
unknown reasons.
She's found a great reason. Well, not a great reason, but she's found a reason for her to just try to tear down.
Well, the reason that they say is Meg and Judy are like, what? Does she think that she's better than us? Like, how come she gets? Yeah. They said, why does she get to talk to boys and we don't?
Maybe Judy is like jealous of Angela's innocence. You know, like
because Judy's a thought.
She's a thoughty for sure.
For sure. No, she's a bad bitch though. She's so bad.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and that's part of it too, because she's like Judy's like pissed that Angela's talking to a boy instead of playing, and Judy has to play volleyball. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And Meg
I like the way they say that. They're like talking to a boy. It's like a mythical creature that's like talking to a unicorn. I love.
So what happens after that? It kind of gets.
And then
Meg gets in her face.
That nice girl counselor like comes to her rescue. She's like, "Hey, you can't fuck with her like that. Get out of here."
Because Meg walks up to Angela and is like, "Play volleyball."
Yeah,
Angela says nothing to her, and then Meg is like yelling like, "Fuck you, bitch."
So what happens? So that scene happens. Angela and Paul are being cutesy a little bit. Then is it the B kill?
I'm kind of a little confused about the chronology of these kills right now.
Let me pull up the...
I think it's the B kill after that. The wicked dump.
Yeah.
We're going to call that murder the wicked dump.
Angela gets pelted. So yeah, he's drowned. Okay, no. The tennis scene happens before the douchebag gets killed. After it is when Paul kisses Angela for the first time, and that scene's fucking crazy.
This is so important, especially in hindsight, because when he kisses her, she does not move her mouth.
She looks.
It's also the lamest kiss ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like a weird like peck, like sort of on like the lower lip, maybe even on the chin. And like
her eyes are open the whole time.
Yeah, and the whole time she looks traumatized.
She looks like she literally just watched everyone get shot.
And the music, somehow the music cue comes in like as soon as the kiss happens.
It's
like as though someone was just stabbed to death in front of you.
And then Paul, being the scrub that he is, completely misreads the situation.
Yeah,
he's like, I have another?
He's like, you look kind of terrified, but I think you want another one.
Paul's trying to get his rocks off, and this is important too. Paul, while nice to Angela, is a horny little fucker.
Yeah, he's
like 13.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So then so this is I'm reading the plot. Billy, who's the wicked dump kid apparently, is one of the people who throws a water balloon at Angela
from the roof.
And this scene's great.
So that, you know what? I totally make that connection. Like, yeah, thinking back on it, everyone who dies in the movie is someone who fucked with Angela, and in ways you don't even notice. Like I didn't even recognize that guy from the water balloon.
Yeah, no, because they all dress in short shorts.
Yeah, they're all the same.
They need like one short kid.
Everyone is mosely naked the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
So what happened is Angela was walking,
and then just randomly gets a water balloon thrown at her.
Right from these kids.
And Ricky the badass immediately. This is probably the best Ricky scene. Because he's like, "You fucking bastard! Fuck!" And this is when Mel, the crazy camp owner, like notices that Ricky.
He runs out and just like tackles Ricky and is just like, "Stop it, you fuckers, and get off the roof!" You know,
because he's like freaked out that Ricky's causing commotion.
Right. So then everyone gets punished, including Ricky, except for Angela, who he's like, "Are you okay, Angela?"
I'm just losing the contents of my pockets.
So Billy's Wicked Dump Kid, that's his name, but he's just Wicked Dump Kid. He says, "Hey, like they're about to do something." He's like, "All right, guys, I'll be right there, but first I have to take a wicked dump." And so he goes in, and this is kind of weird because a broom comes in and locks him in the stall.
Yeah, we just kind of see a broom like creep across the screen.
So the killer has to like run outside.
Yeah, the
killer get a ladder.
Yeah, the killer is doing like laps around this bathroom.
The killer is like an Olympic. This is when it's revealed that the killer is actually Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
and he's fucking benching. But the killer gets outside, cuts the screen window open
with a knife.
And drops and Wicked Dump Kid Billy has no idea any of this is going on.
Even though a knife is
No, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing up there?" It's like someone is trying to kill you. Yeah. Get the fuck out of there. He's almost like, "Hey, they're cutting the screen over. Are they gonna give me a present?" It's like, what do you think is going on right now?
So he stays seated. He stays seated.
The killer drops a beehive.
No, it's not dropped in. It's on a stick and it's shaken.
Yeah, and then it falls.
Yeah.
And he has time to react. Doesn't crawl under, doesn't climb over, just kind of pounds on the door, and then like falls, I guess, and the broom finally breaks, and he falls down. And not only are there bees, I don't really understand this part either, because he has like seeping open wounds.
He looks like he has just been bitten by like
a flesh-eating like.
Yeah. No, he looks like a shark has just taken.
Yeah, like he has like these open seeping like how craters. Did the bees do this?
Like bubonic plague level,
yeah, like giant
pustulating things.
It's
and
insane.
He's eaten alive, and his face is covered in like 2 million bees.
So many bees, and this is kind of, I guess, the point where everyone's like
Wicker Man level bees.
Yeah, it's insane, and I guess this is the point where like people realize that, like, I guess this is the point where Mel finally accepts.
No, Mel's still trying to hide it at this point.
Well, he's trying to hide it.
Yeah, but
like,
now Mel is just like,
the first two he tried to say.
Mel thinks it's
Ricky.
It's Ricky.
The first two, because he saw him being so. The first two, he could kind of convince himself were accidents.
Yeah.
But this is the one where he's
I think he knew by the. I think he knew probably around the second one.
But he doesn't say. I think it's Ricky.
But at this point, he says to Ronnie that he thinks someone's killing people.
Yeah.
And he says, "I can see the hate in his eyes."
All right. So this is kind of an important scene. We talked about the guy on the beach earlier. We should have established, and they made the same mistake. And how did this get made? We didn't know that the guy on the beach and Angela and the dead dad were gay lovers until this scene right here.
Wait, I knew that. Oh, I guess the audience doesn't know that.
The audience doesn't know that until, like, it's not clear until Paul and Angela are making out on the beach, and Paul starts unbuttoning, starts going a little bit too far, and Angela has these two batshit insane
flashbacks,
crazy flashbacks.
Yeah, those are great. Where it's like you see like it's like this weird like Brechtian set where like
that's the phrase I use. So it's they're in the void.
Yeah, the two dads. Yeah, they're it's like the scene in fucking Fateful Findings where they're in like
the cube. No, yes, it's the
It's just like Fateful Findings.
They're in the Fateful Findings cube, except for this doesn't look like trash bags.
Yeah, it doesn't look like someone spread trash bags over like a window. It's just like a dark room, and they're on a bed,
and the camera's like spinning.
Yeah, and it's just these two guys like bones.
Yeah, it's their dad it's their dad and the guy from the beach just full on making out.
Just like
and
going at
Angela and the dead kid and Angela are like baby Angela that we saw earlier are like watching them, like laughing, which is really weird. And
yeah, they're giggling and like they've just seen something funny. Like they're watching an episode of like Caillou.
So now we're like, all right. So the dad was gay with that dude, who in our theory is the aunt's husband.
Right.
And then
I don't want to say that's our theory because
that's true.
That's not really what I believe. It's what I want to believe.
No, my
heart is in it, but my mind says no.
No, my mind says 100% yes because the two dialogue lines that link it is when he's the doc's coming and when she talks about her husband. Why else would they put in a line about her husband leaving?
Well, because if there was another husband, they would have to explain why another character is crazy.
That whole ending ties
probably
to the
just
beginning.
Another familial character who they don't explain at all. What happened to the dead dad's wife? We never hear anything about her.
We don't hear anything about her. We see...
Yeah, she's just
we
a
can make the
throwaway...
connection.
She's just a piece of the puzzle.
I would 100% firmly believe that because they link... So the guy on the beach knows the aunt.
Look, Hiatt, I know what you're saying, and I totally want to agree with you.
I think it's 100% intentional. We need to listen to the commentary, because I believe that is 100% intentional.
All right.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways. I truly believe that everything in this movie is 100% intentional, so I might just be, like, rose-tinted glasses, but I 100% think that is what is supposed to be conveyed. So anyways.
Flashback.
Second flashback, fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's not really I wouldn't say it's a second flashback. It like dissolves from one to the other.
Little boy, little girl.
Yeah.
He's reaching
he's like about to touch her boob and like
which we need to come
slowly. Like have you ever done that with someone? Have you ever just been like
well, they're like, well, we need to come back to this scene later though. So we can't really talk about this scene right now. Because the ending changes that scene so much though.
Yeah, but we can still talk about it. We'll backtrack.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm just making a mental note. We need to come back to that scene.
Okay, but so basically what happens is we're just like the camera's just slowly spinning
and he's
around
like getting closer,
and it keeps
like
dissolving into another spin, and
like,
he just gets closer and closer. In like, I can't even. That scenario is just bizarre. But anyway,
and it's like hard cut back to Angela and Paul on the beach, and Angela's like gets up and runs away.
Yeah.
And she still has her top on, and
yeah.
So yeah, since the timeline kind of gets messy here, so I'm going to so. Then immediately after this, because Paul's a horny little fuck, Judy.
Yeah, he's just like, oh damn it, Angela didn't get put out. I'm gonna hook up with Judy.
Well, yeah, Judy takes advantage of the situation because she's bad.
And Judy doesn't like Paul. Judy just hates Angela.
Yeah, and she knows because she's seen them hitting on each other. Judy takes Paul out to the woods and like starts macking
during a flag football thing.
Yeah. No. This is before flag football.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. They go to the woods, and somehow Angela and Ricky are also in the woods.
Yeah, that's during the flag football.
No, because the flag football, because Angela's like, I don't want to play flag football. That's after this happens.
Wait, is this when they see Paul and Judy making out?
Oh, maybe that is during flag football.
Yeah, that's during
flag football. Flag football? What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Flag football, capture the flag.
Capture the flag.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no scene of flag football.
No, there's a capture the flag.
That would be insane.
Which,
a bunch of dudes in like shirtless and in tiny shorts tackling each other.
No, but
that's exactly what
one of my favorite throwaway moments when the camp counselor was like, yo, we were going to do our scheduled games, but those games suck. Capture the flag. And everyone goes ape shit over capture the flag, and it's so intense.
Capture the flag is awesome.
It's so raw. Capture the flag is like the best.
So I feel like this is where they got the idea in Wet Hot for that capture the flag scene, where that Kenyan runner is running away with the flag. All right, so we're kind of running long, so we should start to speed it up.
So Ricky takes Angela into the woods because he has a foolproof strategy on how to get the flag.
And they see Paul
making out with
Judy.
No,
we need to seriously fast track this because we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, we have so much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So that's important, but we'll come back to that. A camp social is held. Paul. Quickly. Judy and Meg throw Angela in the water because they're bitches.
Yeah.
And a bunch of
Meg is a
boys
giant
throw
woman.
shit. Yeah, Meg's like huge.
She slings Angela over her shoulder.
And then Mel,
it should be known
the
that
camp
Angela
owner,
at this point has probably has some kind of like hydrophobia. I mean,
Yeah.
she's terrified of water.
Yeah,
because of what happened. Yeah.
Her dad and sibling died in the water of that lake, probably.
So Meg and Mel, the camp owner, arrange a date. in the weirdest
all the counselors are standing around like, who's gonna be off tonight? Who's not working? And Meg's like, I got the day off. Hey, I'm a 16-year-old girl. You're a 65-year-old man. How come we never hooked up? You know? And
it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's implied that in the past he like offered her dinner, quote unquote.
Yeah. So apparently their thing has been they've been dancing around this subject for a little while.
And then
but don't forget in the scene where Angela's thrown in the water, Mel grabs Ricky and is like, I know you fucking did it.
Yeah, he literally just grabs a kid. Imagine today if you were at summer camp and you saw the owner of the camp just run up to like a 13-year-old boy and just shake him violently.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you didn't.
All right, so to fast track this a little bit, Meg just kind of dies. She just gets stabbed in the shower.
Oh, but no, her death is great. She's in the shower being like getting ready for her date with like a geriatric.
I'm trying to fast track this though.
Camp owner.
She gets stabbed.
She gets stabbed, and she gets stabbed through a wall, and then the knife is dragged all the way down through her back. And
her reaction is not.
She just goes, oh, you know. She's like, oh, a little lower. That's the spot, you know. And then immediately we just like leave this murder and go to
by the way, the
another
killer
murder.
washes off. Yeah, no, we basically.
This is a weird part because the murder like isn't discovered for another
hour.
For I think another death or two happens before this murder is discovered. It's
but
really
but it's important to notice that like the rate of murder is just picking up.
Yeah.
No.
Suddenly people are dying left and right.
Right after that, all the little boys who were throwing sand on Angela after she got thrown in the water are just fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, they go on a camping trip with this one guy, and he's just like, you know what would be the responsible thing to do right now? Just leave these 6-year-old boys in the middle of the woods.
One kid was like, I have to leave. I'm too cold. Take me back to camp.
And he was just like, fuck you, I'm going. And he just kind of, I guess he goes to, I don't know what he leaves to.
He goes to check the car or something. But they die a really fucking brutal death.
And these kids are just
slaughtered.
In a really upsetting way.
Yeah.
That kind of made me sick.
This is the one where like the reason, because like apparently like I had to go back. Apparently they're the kids who throw like sand on her at one point.
Yeah, that's really hard to.
And so
they're like 6.
The killer just because it's people who fuck with Angela are dying.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that part at all.
It doesn't really make sense. And apparently the director said he wished he didn't include that because it's so just out of fucking nowhere. So then now the murders are picking up. Mel finds Meg in the shower dead, has the single greatest monologue.
No, before he finds Meg, isn't Judy killed?
No, he talks to Judy and says, "Where's Meg?"
and then as soon as he leaves, Judy is killed.
Judy killed.
Judy is killed. No, this guy is just like, she's with this guy, and this guy's just like, I don't want you, and he just walks away from Judy, who's like the hottest piece of ass.
She's the baddest
in
bitch.
this movie. In the movie.
So we have to come back to this kill too, because
I don't know what that guy was thinking.
But Judy is killed by having a curling iron. She's like, I don't know if she even dies. I doubt she dies.
She just gets punched out.
She gets punched out, pillow over the face.
Yeah, and then
curling iron.
Hot curling iron in the vagina. One of the most brutal deaths.
Very brutal.
Well, it's implied that wouldn't
kill you. That wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Well, maybe she dies from the suffocation.
I didn't really get that it was in the vagina when I saw it until someone.
Maybe she dies from the suffocation as well.
Yeah.
No, because you can see the motion of it is like. It's it's like you know.
You can tell like
the shadow on the wall.
I'm not doubting that it is. But I'm just saying, like, it's so not appropriate. Super clear.
No, because it's like the slut of the movie was killed.
Well, we have another theory about that too.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
So then Meg is found by Mel, and Mel has his monologue.
This is why Noah and I want to talk about the ending first, because we have to come back to a lot of stuff now. Because Noah and I have a lot of theories. So Mel's monologue, fucking amazing. The music basically overpowers it, but he's like, I had him, and I let him go.
Let him go. Oh no! He's like, Meg, I gotta find him. I'm gonna get you.
So Mel thinks it's Ricky. He finds
he finds Ricky and just beats the shit out of this kid.
Originally, he was intended to kill Ricky by chimpanzee
but Ricky gets to live.
But Ricky lives.
That was violent. I mean, he beats the hell out of Ricky.
But then as soon after, he's like, I know it's you. And then he's like, I did it. Like, he's like celebrating. gets up.
Yeah, he's like, I did
gets
it.
up.
I beat the hell out of a tween kid.
We now know that Ricky's not the killer because he gets up and there's the fucking greatest visual in the movie.
He walks right into the middle of an archery range.
Like no, but he that's not even. He walks up and he just walks over and stops and there's like a target right behind him.
Yeah, and so you
you're
know,
like, oh.
you know right away. Oh, this guy's gonna get shot with a bow.
And then
And
he
he
turns
gets shot with
he's
a
like,
bow.
wait,
He's like,
wait.
oh, it's you. Shit, you know, I
He's like,
fucked up.
no, I did.
And he
I
gets
thought-
shot right in the throat, through I'm led to believe that no one knows.
No, we figured out.
Oh,
how.
you did?
They had a
hit
spring
in the
loaded.
neck and then it's spring loaded. So when you went like this, it spring loads the half.
Right, so the back springs up.
Wait, so how'd they hit him in the neck though?
The front is like
That's just
up
fake.
here.
That's just fake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
the front is fake and the
I mean,
back.
there's, like,
Wait, so
springs.
is that like stop motion or something? The
I
front
don't,
part?
No
I don't-
idea.
I don't know that part, but it hits him in the neck. I wonder if it's not reversed, like they pulled it away.
Maybe. Either way, so he's dead
The
now.
director. Wait, did you hear your director thing about it?
It was a good bad movie.
It was this guy
Wow.
who knows a bunch about the movie, but you can tell he slows it down. And you can tell it's spring loaded because
It
it pops out and then like speeds like it's like the spring action.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see actually that is good.
So, but that's a genius
That's
effect.
such a good effect.
That's such a
It's
good effect.
So now Mel's dead.
So Mel's dead, and we know that it's not Ricky. Oh, we kind of glossed over the fact. Paul tries to apologize to Angela, and she says, "Meet me at the lake after."
She doesn't accept
the
his
social.
apology. She turns
she
away.
just says, "Meet me at the lake after the social."
Yeah, in like a really creepy way. At this point, you know something's up with her.
Well, and as soon as Ricky's out, I personally thought at this point, I'm like,
yeah,
I think I
at this
know.
point, you're pretty much like positive it's Angela.
So Paul's at the beach. Angela shows up. She's like, "What do we do with our clothes?" He's like, "Take them off."
No, she says that.
No,
she's
she
like,
says take them off.
He's
Yeah,
like,
and
"What do we
Ricky's
do?"
like, "Oh, shit, I'm
Ricky's,
about to
or
smash."
Paul, not
Yeah.
Ricky. That'd be fucked up. That'd be more fucked up. Than
Yeah.
Ricky.
So Paul,
horny little Paul is like, "Oh, so this is it."
so they get naked.
They get naked.
The people find Meg and they're like, holy shit, everyone's dying. They find Judy.
They find
and they're just
Val.
like, yeah, and they find those kids in the woods and they're like, everyone's dead. Holy fuck. They run down to the beach and they're just like, Angela.
Okay.
And then Angela,
You see Angela.
Yeah, you just see naked
She's
Angela.
humming
She's
backwards.
She's just kind of gently humming. Yeah, we
Stroking
just see
his
her
hair.
back. Ricky's like lying down, head in her lap. They're both naked. She's just kind of stroking his head, and then
Fade to flashback.
yeah, fade to flashback.
Crazy aunt from the beginning.
Yeah, crazy aunt talking to a kid who's got like a bandage
bandage.
on his
Absurd
head.
bandage on their
The
head.
crazy aunt's just like, oh my god, I've always wanted a little girl. You know, after my husband left me, I didn't think I was gonna have any more kids or whatever.
Because it was the gay guy from the
Because
doc.
yeah,
That
it
was
was
your
the
husband.
gay guy
That was your
from the
husband.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing it. Yeah. So, and they're like, she's like, Ricky's gonna love having a little girl. You know, we couldn't have had another little boy. That simply wouldn't have done, Angela. Oh, Angela, what a beautiful name. That'll fit you real. I forgot if he reels it, but then it's like Peter. Boom! It's the little boy.
Cut
not
to,
the little
yeah.
girl who lived. Cut to Angela.
Angela gets up.
Gets up.
Peter. Okay. Paul's severed head rolls off. I don't even know what to call.
Oh my god.
Him or her at
Lap.
this point. Like, what should we go by? Should we
Well,
say?
let's just say Angela gets up. It's the guy. Mouth wide agape.
Yeah, mouth agape.
Eyes
just
insane.
head cocked, like, oh, you know.
Yeah,
let's
making
hope
an
this terrible
animalistic,
sound.
This
like,
guttural,
scream.
like primal noise coming from his mouth.
Horrible.
Shows his dick.
Shows his dick.
Yeah, a tiny penis.
Fade to black.
With a huge bush, like, right in front of. No, it's not fade to black. It's
Oh, yeah.
freezes
yeah.
on the face, and
Freezes
then
on
like
the
goes
face,
into like negative
and then
or whatever.
goes into like
and then that
green
awesome
night
music
vision.
starts to play.
Credits roll. So
It shows that face for an uncomfortably long time.
Let's let it be known that this
ending's
shot
fucking
is
insane.
done. The way they filmed this is they made a mask of Angela's face.
Yeah.
And they got like a drunk student from
Well,
the local community
Well,
college.
he wasn't drunk at first.
They got him really drunk.
He got drunk by choice, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he was
'Cause he just
uncomfortable
didn't
doing
wanna
it,
do it.
and then he was like,
I'd be
okay,
uncomfortable doing
Oh
it.
yeah,
So then he
no,
got
I
drunk.
get fucking.
and
yeah.
made that weird
Yeah, and
noise.
I think that if he was sober, it wouldn't be half as good.
No way.
So let's go back. So
So now we know that it's actually Peter, and that his sexual identity was switched right after the accident.
which
so
is so fucking crazy.
So let's try to look at all the things that may have contributed to him being fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. So
One, he's actually a boy. It's fucking crazy.
wait, no. I thought we were gonna go back and talk about the plot of the movie.
No.
Let's
there are some key
let's go
moments.
back. Okay, we're an hour and 3 minutes in. Let's go back, re-talk about every scene, but now with this information.
No, we can't. But there are a couple. This is why we wanted to talk about the ending first, because we have to talk about a couple things.
Yeah, but
let's just mention the moments that are relevant.
Yeah, but now I feel like the listener should be able to in their mind put this together.
But a couple things.
I want to hear your theory about Judy and the curling iron.
Yeah. Judy is actually like the main trigger for all of Angela's killings, because the way she mocks her, it's not really a theory, but it's like the way Judy mocks her is so sexual in nature and like is about how she's not about how Angela is not
valid
feminine.
Point, but I feel like that's not.
She literally says, "Haven't you gotten your period yet?" and talks about how flat-chested she is.
Judy definitely contributes, but for me, the real catalyst for the insanity in this movie is just being at the camp where her family is killed.
True. But here's the thing.
I disagree.
The murders, she only kills the two people who super deserve it. The murders ramp up after she sees Paul kissing Judy, because Angela then knows at that point that Paul doesn't necessarily like her as a person, but likes the perceived feminine sexual aspects of her.
Yeah, but the killings were still happening before that.
The killings are still happening, but that's when shit hits the fan.
So first of all, first death is the pedophile.
Makes sense.
Right.
So
that makes sense because he tried to objectify her sexually, and with his
as did the second guy.
Right. As did the second guy. So obviously, Angela / Peter kills a pedophile because of
the sexual implication.
Right, because of the sexual implication. So the whole time, just think about how Angela is perceiving these things.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that point. I'm saying Angela's sexuality really is the motivation behind this entire the entire events of the movie. But
you think that's the trigger?
I feel like Angela was in kind of a murdering mood before she even got to the camp.
No, I can see. I feel like
if you had made this movie where years before the events of the movie they sent Angela preschool and shit, she'd be killing there too. Because Angela / Peter is fucking insane.
I feel like that's the only flaw with the movie is the very last scene where Angela's just a crazy animal person. Because then it's just you could have had all this subtext be it, but then it's also just but they're a fucking crazy animal person.
I think it's a brilliant. I think it's great. I love that they do that in the end, because I like to go back at all the murders and think about that Angela doing all these murders, the creepy feral Angela killing all those people. That's way more interesting to think about.
I guess I don't know.
That's the thing. There's kind of a duality.
It's a duality.
It's there's the Angela that's screaming to be kind of set free from all her torment,
and then
there's the Angela that all the people know, which is this kind of quiet.
By the way, you can totally see fucking crazy Angela swimming all the way out.
You can see crazy Angela.
Just that face swimming.
Yeah, just that face swimming would be horrifying, and you can see Angela kind of the crazy Angela in her eyes. You can tell.
Yeah, I think that through all those murders, she was just put in into a state where it's I'm currently
she was in killing
actively
state.
crazy. Because I don't think she was cognizant I'm gonna hide my craziness and secretly murder people. I think she was
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's she was crazy, and then she would have episodes of fucking psychosis.
Yeah.
But I guess just overall my point being is Judy just exists to torment the sexual sides of Angela.
Yeah.
And that's why she gets the most overtly sexual death.
Paul is also very important to her actions.
Yeah, because she actually likes Paul. I honestly believe that.
Yeah,
because Paul's the first person that she probably talked to.
She opens up, but then when Paul kisses Judy, that just reaffirms all of Angela's fears about what.
And then that's when the murders ramp up. After that.
Because that's what set her off.
Right,
and then she plans to kill Paul at that point because Paul is a fuckboy.
Yeah, Paul's a fuckboy.
He's a fuckboy.
Well, guys,
Paul's a fuckboy.
I think we've said just about everything we can say.
Well,
right now.
I think there's a little bit.
No, there's more to be said. There's more to be said, but we're over an hour in, and I think the listener will just have to make what they want out of the rest of this.
It is important though, just key.
What are you gonna say?
I'm thinking okay, so there was Paul.
The flashback is fucked up though because it's actually Peter who's trying to touch his sister's.
Right, so he did that to his sister.
Yeah, but
Angela
we know
tried to
that
touch.
the whole time.
No, we don't.
No.
Well, we know at the end.
Yeah.
You immediately
Angela tried to
know that.
touch his
So-
sister's.
Yeah, but you don't think about that because you're thinking about the. I mean,
Yeah, but
if you
now.
piece it back.
Yeah, but in hindsight, you're thinking about it now, and what does it mean then? Like Peter was just being a little boy at that point.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how confused still.
Yeah, no. I agree. It's just that I don't think that's like a huge.
Ooh.
I don't think that's like a groundbreaking.
Oh wait, Noah has one more real
Okay.
quick, and then we'll close up.
My
We
last
should
thing
close up.
is think about the possibility that this is like commentary. Think about like transgender people. Is Peter was forced into a sexual identity that wasn't his own. So then, like, imagine a transgender person and the effects they would have on them when they're forced into sexual identities that's not their own, and they're treated sexually.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to get up on your soapbox?
Yeah,
Noah?
man.
No, I mean I can
yeah.
see, but I don't think
I don't know,
that's a big stretch if that was intended because I don't think
Look,
that at all.
I don't think that's where the director is going. I think the director is just like some weird dude who wanted to make like this crazy.
He knew a little bit more.
No. He wanted to make his weird like exploitation film.
No, he
and
knew a little
did it.
bit.
Look,
this is such an overtly sexual film.
Yeah, but I don't think he's trying to like get a message out there. I think he's just trying to make like one of the most psychologically.
I guess at this
thrilling
it
movies
has
ever.
more of a message in the context of today than anything else.
Look, when he made this movie, that meant nothing. Like,
Yeah.
like they didn't. No one cared
Oh
about
my
transgender
god. Okay,
people.
we could talk about this
Yeah.
movie for like 2 more hours.
Yeah, but we're gonna
But
wrap it up.
we're
here.
gonna wrap it up.
If anybody for any reason listens to this, thank you for listening.
Yeah,
to this.
seriously.
Right.
We want to kind of do this more often because it's fun to talk about the movies we watch.
It is fun to talk about.
next-
I don't know if any other movie will have enough to say.
I don't.
Like,
Do we want every episode to be like an hour? And
Okay,
10?
no. I feel like this is an occasion where we can run this long, but
Most
It's a
of the
Halloween
time.
most of the
special.
time, most
It's a
of the
Halloween.
time,
It's the first episode.
yeah, it's the first episode and it's a Halloween episode.
So yeah. Thanks for listening. We hope to see you next week. Next week's Weekend at Bernie's too. So we don't know who our guest is going to be. It's going to be someone who really likes Weekend at Bernie's
yeah,
too.
whoever that may be. Maybe we can get a listen.
So thanks for listening, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed Sleepaway Camp because you shouldn't have listened to this unless you've seen it. And
Well, actually, in all fairness, we really didn't talk about the ending until the ending, so
Yeah.
we didn't spoil anything.
we didn't spoil anything.
But we did go event by event. So.
But you know, the important thing is have a safe and fun and happy Halloween.
Ooh.
We'll see you guys next week.
It's